Vampire Survivors. I was playing yesterday, then suddenly I hit that point where we've all been. Same maps, same builds, nothing new to unlock. I got bored, and I thought, there's gotta be more games like this, right? So I went on a hunt. I played through a bunch of games. Some were just plain weird, others were straight up clones, but a few are actually gems. And now I'm here to share the best ones with you. These games, like Vampire Survivors, that are totally worth checking out. Let's dive in. Step into the chaotic arenas of Soulstone Survivors, where you control a hero battling massive hordes of enemies in a vibrant 3D world. This game elevates the horde survival genre by incorporating full 3D visuals and dynamic mobility, allowing you to dash, weave, and strategically position yourself amidst the chaos. The combat is fast-paced and exhilarating, with screen-filling effects that make every battle feel epic. Beyond the immediate action, Soulstone Survivors offers depth through skill trees, crafting systems, and a diverse roster of characters, each with unique abilities and playstyles. Experimenting with different builds and strategies keeps the gameplay fresh and engaging. While the game is still in early access and may have some rough edges, regular updates and a solid gameplay foundation make it a promising title for fans of action-packed rogue. Karate Survivor transports you into a world inspired by 1980s Hong Kong action films, where you must survive relentless waves of enemies using martial arts moves. Starting with a single attack, you gradually unlock up to 6 techniques that auto-activate on cooldowns, allowing for dynamic combat sequences. The game emphasizes fluid movement and strategic positioning, capturing the essence of classic martial arts cinema. As you defeat foes, you gain experience to enhance your stats and unlock new abilities, creating a satisfying progression system. While some core mechanics are gated behind initial playtime, once unlocked, Karate Survivor offers a fresh and engaging take on the survivor genre, appealing to both action enthusiasts and fans of retro cinema. Army of Ruin takes the Vampire Survivors formula and polishes it until it shines. It's bright, fast, and feels super arcadey. You pick a hero, jump into a map, and unleash mayhem using flashy auto attacks and devastating ultimates. The progression is smooth, with tons of unlocks, achievements, and a meta upgrade tree that always makes you feel like you're moving forward. It also adds a bit more direction to the chaos with specific objectives and tighter pacing. If you're into clean visuals, tight controls, and a more structured feel without losing that core addictiveness, Army of Ruin is an excellent pick. Renfiled, Bring Your Own Blood is a quirky tie-in to the Renfiled film, offering a Vampire Survivors-style experience with a comedic twist. You play as Renfiled, Dracula's beleaguered assistant, tasked with battling hordes of enemies to satisfy your master's insatiable hunger. The game features a variety of weapons and abilities, allowing you to create over-the-top builds as you mow down waves of foes. Its pixel art style and humorous tones set it apart, providing a lighthearted yet challenging experience. If you're in the mood for a game that doesn't take itself too seriously, but still delivers satisfying gameplay, Renfiled, Bring Your Own Blood is worth a shot. Ever wondered what it's like to be a potato with 6 guns, fighting off entire armies? That's Brotato, a fast-paced roguelike shooter that turns chaos into pure fun. You control a furious spud dropped into tight arenas, armed to the teeth and facing endless waves of enemies. What makes it stand out is how fast it ramps up. One second you're picking up a stick, the next you're dual-wielding lasers and rocket launchers while the screen explodes in madness. Each run is short but intense, keeping the action tight and rewarding. You get 6 weapon slots, tons of upgrades, and a massive lineup of unique characters, from glass cannons to melee tanks to cursed pacifists. Every build feels fresh. The art? Super simple, but after a few rounds, it just fits. Brotato doesn't waste time trying to look flashy. It focuses on pure gameplay fun. If you're hunting for that Vampire Survivors fix but want more speed and crazier loadouts, this is a must-play. You might have seen me mention Deep Rock Galactic Survivors in my previous video, 10 epic single-player games you'll wish you played sooner. And yes, that video is still just as awesome. If you haven't seen the video yet, definitely check out after this one. Deep Rock Galactic Survivor takes the beloved co-op mining chaos of Deep Rock Galactic and reimagines it as a top-down auto-shooter. You control a lone dwarf miner delving into procedurally generated caves, battling endless swarms of alien creatures while collecting valuable resources. The game combines the thrill of survival with strategic mining, allowing you to carve your own paths through destructible environments. As you progress, you unlock powerful weapons and upgrades, tailoring your build to withstand increasingly challenging waves. The blend of resource gathering and intense combat creates a unique twist on the Vampire Survivors formula, making Deep Rock Galactic Survivor a must-play for fans of both action and strategy. Imagine facing relentless waves of Lovecraftian horrors in the dead of night, armed only with your wits and weapons. In 20 minutes till dawn, you take control of a character fighting to survive until dawn against unending monster attacks. Unlike many auto shooters, this game requires manual aiming and shooting, adding a layer of skill and tension to the gameplay. Each run allows you to choose from various characters and weapons, each offering unique abilities and playstyles. As you defeat enemies, you gain experience to level up and select from a variety of upgrades, enabling you to tailor your build to your preferred combat style. The game's minimalist, monochromatic art style, highlighted with sharp red accents, creates a haunting atmosphere that immerses you in its eerie world. If you're seeking a challenging, strategic shooter that keeps you on the edge of your seat 20 minutes, Till Dawn is a compelling choice. Spirit Hunters is like Vampire Survivors cranked up with a mystical vibe. You play as a spirit hunter battling massive enemy waves using auto-attacking powers and magical abilities. What really makes it stand out is the meta progression. You're constantly unlocking new upgrades, characters, and runes that change your playstyle dramatically with each run. Combat starts simple but quickly becomes overwhelming in the best way possible, with dozens of enemies closing in and your screen filled with colorful chaos. The cartoony visuals and fun animations keep things light, but don't be fooled. It gets seriously tough. If you love that feeling of turning into an unstoppable force through clever build choices, this one's totally worth your time. Rocket Rats might just be the most chaotic game you'll play this week. It throws you into this pixelated arena where you're literally a rat strapped to a rocket, blasting through swarms of bizarre enemies. Sounds silly? It totally is, and that's the fun of it. At first, the controls feel wild and out of control, but once you get the hang of it, there's a surprising depth to how you boost, dodge, and rain destruction. You collect power-ups mid-air, chain combos, and unlock different rats with weird perks like magnetic tails or explosive crashes. It's not trying to be deep or dramatic. It's pure arcade madness, and honestly, I respect that. The visuals are simple, but the screen fills up fast with projectiles and explosions, making every run a wild ride. If you're looking for something fast, frantic, and just flat-out weird in the best way, Rocket Rats is a literal blast. At first glance, Halls of Torment might look like an old-school Diablo clone, but under the hood, it's pure Vampire Survivors energy. You hack, slash, and burn through massive waves of enemies in dark fantasy dungeons with satisfying spell effects and crunchy combat. What sets it apart is the heavier RPG influence. You get quests during runs, can equip gear mid-game, and even face brutal bosses. It's more structured and immersive than most auto-battlers, and the atmosphere is thick with gothic vibes. If you ever wished Vampire Survivors had a little more weight and depth, Halls of Torment is exactly what you're looking for. Bioprototype is what happens when Vampire Survivors meets mad science. Instead of weapons, you create organs that evolve and attack enemies on their own. Sounds weird? It is, and it's awesome. You play as a lab experiment gone wild, and your attacks are fully customizable. You can fuse parts to make bizarre combos like bouncing poison blobs or rotating laser beams. The enemy design is grotesque in the best way, and the whole game feels like you're playing through a biology textbook written by a maniac. It's unique, challenging, and incredibly fun once you get the hang of its weird systems. If you love experimenting with builds and want something completely different but still familiar in its core loop, this one's a hidden gem. Yet, another Zombie Survivors takes the Horde survival genre and throws it into a gritty zombie apocalypse setting. You control an elite squad of survivors instead of a single character, which adds a fresh tactical layer. Your team levels up as one, but each member has unique weapons and skills, from snipers to flamethrowers. You can even upgrade their AI behavior to suit your playstyle. The visuals are surprisingly polished with satisfying feedback on every shot. It's fast-paced, explosive, and honestly, pretty addictive. If you're looking for a darker, more team-based twist on Vampire Survivors, this one delivers. Rogue Genesia is one of the most underrated gems in this genre. It's a deck-building, survival roguelite hybrid where you travel through a branching map and battle endless waves in open arenas. The visual style is clean and modern, and the gameplay is all about evolving your build with every run. You can choose different paths like treasure rooms, elite battles, and mystery events, almost like a roguelike board game. What I love here is the freedom in how you shape your run. There's tons of variety, and it's incredibly replayable. It takes inspiration from Vampire Survivors, but adds more strategy and exploration, which gives it a unique flavor. If you want something familiar but deeper, this one is for you. Don't let the title throw you off. Boneraiser Minions is a chaotic, gothic-style arena survival game where you don't fight alone. Instead of using weapons, you raise an army of undead minions who fight for you. Each run has you collecting bones to summon stronger and weirder units, like bomb-throwing skeletons or ghostly healers. The retro pixel art is packed with personality, and the tone is dark but oddly funny. It's got a unique twist on the Vampire Survivors formula, focusing more on strategy and synergy between your minions. If you're tired of doing all the work yourself, this game flips the script and lets your army handle the chaos. And that wraps it up our 15 wild, creative, and totally addictive games that gave me that same rush as Vampire Survivors. I really hope at least one of these finds a spot in your favorites too. Huge thanks for sticking around and watching. Seriously, it means a lot. I post every day, so there's always something fresh here. Got a game you love? Drop it in the comments and I might just play it next. Thanks again. You're awesome, and I'll see you in the next one.